Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Darren. I hope you're all safe and well and having a good stitchy week. So today we're going to do a stitch with me on my brother's piece, which is Woodland Christmas, artwork by Donna Gelsinger. Obviously jotted by Heaven and Earth Designs, so that's what it's going to look like. So we're going to start the final page in this top here, so we can actually get some progress done on this. I've not been able to do much work on this one for a while, so see how we go. So now that I'm not going to be doing the white rose method on this one, I'm just going to stitch these wherever they go. So you're going to have to bear with me while I figure out which part I'm doing first. So where can you see up to? Here. Right, I'll do these top ones here first then. So yes, I have some stragglers here that need cutting off at some point. Which are the ones I've stitched over them. And Tiger's now going to come and attempt to get on my knee, I bet you. So if I can thread a needle, we'll stitch. If I can't, hey up Tiger. I told you Tiger would go and try and come on my knee. And here he is. And that's Tiger pushing the tripod. So looks like we'll be stitching in a bit. Okay, the cat's disappeared. Let's try and get some stitching done. So work's been work. I don't think anything really exciting's gone off at work this week. I think it's been pretty boring. Ladu was off, he hurt his back. He's been off for the week. He's meant to be back tomorrow, so we'll see if he turns up or not. Other than that, I don't think anything else has gone off. Ladu was on holiday, he's back. I'm back on my saw. I broke 2 fans while I was at work. So on my saw, I have 2 fans. With how my saw is, 1 fan doesn't reach the whole length of the saw. So most of the other saws only have 1. So mine has 2. And one of the guys, 2 of the guys should I say, for some reason, I think it's great to sit at the end of my saw. So they put a table at the end of my saw, and they sit there for the breaks. That must be why. I keep moving it, but they keep bringing it back. So my fan goes where they put their table. Now, one of the length of woods I was cutting, it's long enough to go on my saw, but every now and then it gets stuck on the top, and the next piece of wood comes through and carries on pushing that piece of wood. So I mean, the amount of times I've knocked over stuff off the table, broke the cups, whatever. Well, my fan was there, so it knocked the fan over. So it broke the fan. I don't know how, but one of the blades snapped. So it's like, great. So anyway, I got another fan because there was a spare one. So I got that one, and then later on that day, it did it again. I'd moved the fan so it wasn't in the way, what I thought I had. But one of the pieces of wood just managed to clip it and knocked it over. It's like, great. Break another fan. But luckily I didn't break it. It survived. What's going off it? So yeah, so it survived. So again, I move their table and move their chairs out the way. And why would you want to sit at the end of a saw? It's beyond me. But obviously these people like doing it. So yeah, so I broke 2 fans. So Shane had a word with the owner's wife. And she says, just go and buy a new fan. She says, if you can afford it, she says, you go and buy a new fan. She says, and we'll give you the money back. I was like, okay. So I've just got to take a trip to Bunnings now to buy a new fan. So we're going to need to do that soon because, as I say, the temperature over here is heating up. So I'm going to need it because I'm assuming the other fan will get stolen again, back to where it was. So I'll only have the one fan. Back here on there. But other than that, that's it. It's been pretty quiet week. Shane's off. Well, Shane went out yesterday with his sister to take the youngest niece down to Grandma's because it's school holidays here. So she's stopping there for the week. And we're bringing her back on Friday, I believe. So I was like, yeah, we're not stopping long because his mum was at work. So they were just taking the little one to his mum's work and dropping her off there. She works in a charity shop. So they were taking her there, dropping her. Tiger. Tiger just having a good ginge for some reason. And then they were coming back. So they said, well, we won't be long. And I was like, okay. So they left at, what would it be, about 10 o'clock yesterday? So yeah, about 10 o'clock I think they left yesterday. So they said, oh, we won't be long, maybe about an hour and a half. Oh, okay. And I just sat here as you do, stitching away. And I was like, it's nearly 2 o'clock. They would have been back by now. So yeah, they got back at about 2:30. That's not bad to say you weren't going to be long. But Shane's sister's never seen where the mum works. I say it's a charity shop for Animal Welfare League. So they spent ages rummaging around the shop and getting stuff. So that's why they were so long. Oops, put that in the wrong spot. So yeah, so just come back with a car full. I don't know if you can see this colour I'm stitching, it's white, so right, if I park that there, where's my scissors? Yeah, I can cut this one off now. Get that out of the way. So Shane's sister got told on Wednesday, I think, maybe Thursday, Wednesday, that the house that they're renting is going up for sale, so they have to move out. But unlike us, I mean, we had nearly a year's notice. Their lease runs out in December, so they've got to try and find somewhere. So the downside with theirs is her husband has a rifle because he goes roo shooting. So yeah, so that people get too many roos on the property or whatever, they'll phone up and ask him to come and shoot some rows, which they're allowed to do. So he has a rifle. So some places, if the owner of the property doesn't want you to have a rifle, then you can't have it. So they've got to get permission from the owner that it's alright for them to keep the rifle in the house, because they have to have it in a safe or lockbox or something like that. So yeah, so they've got to get permission for that. So if you can't have permission for the rifle, then they can't get the house that they want. So yeah, so they're just now trying to find somewhere that's going to allow them to have the rifle. So yeah, so they're now trying to find somewhere. Apparently, no, can't put that one there, it's too short. Apparently there's a house on the same street as us that is up for lease. So they may be moving right near us. There was one house that is for lease, or for rent, and they went to have a look to see whereabouts it was. Now it's not with the same realtor that they're with, so they didn't realise this till afterwards. But where it is if you look out our front door, it is directly opposite. So just down the street, directly opposite. I was like, ooh, that's a bit close. So yes. But then it turns out that one is not the same realtor, so we're not going to go for that one. But there's another one that they saw, his sister saw on the realtor's website last night, I think, or this morning, and it's on the same street, but we don't know whereabouts it is because it doesn't tell you what number, and you can't zoom in enough on the picture to see the number on the mailbox. So Shane's gone over there now because he's helping do the husband's ute. It's having a service or something on it. He's doing a service. So Shane's gone over there now, so he's going to see if he can see where this house is as well. So I don't know where that one will be. So yeah, so apparently that one's on the same street. So his sister's already started packing up stuff, so she can, because obviously when you leave you've got to clean everything and all that lot. So she started packing up stuff that she doesn't need, what she's not going to need. And cleaning. So she borrowed some boxes off of us. So there isn't, I think the one that is on our street that she's looking at, I don't think that one's up for rent until mid-October, I think it is. So that gives them plenty of time to get stuff packed up, but they've got to check with the landlord for their current property if they will allow them to leave, break their lease early with no penalties, like we did. Because some of them are funny like that, and it's like if you break your lease, you've got to continue paying the rent until your lease is up or they've got a new tenant in. So obviously when you're selling it, they won't be getting a new tenant in. So yeah, so she's now looking for a new property. So she's going to go into the realtors as well and see if there's anything else that is coming up in the future, if they know of any that's coming up. So it means that they'll be moved, well, anytime from October onwards, they're hoping. to move so they can get all in before Christmas. Otherwise, if it's right up until the end of the lease, that takes them into the middle of December, I think it is. So she doesn't want to be moving out here so close to Christmas. It's like I said to myself, at least you've got enough time to get packed. It says, whereas me and Shane didn't. I'm going to say, we knew we had to be out. We was only starting looking at houses. And we got the first house that we came to look at, and we only had like a week. A week and a half to get packed. So at least she's got plenty of time to get packed, because most of the houses she's looked at aren't coming up for lease until, let's say, middle of October, I think it is. So yeah, all fun and games. I'm just trying to work out the best way of going on this one. Way across. Oh, yes, I'm going to be doing a bit of carrying here, but it's okay. But this colour actually will show me where the end of the row is. Thing you do when you get a colour that's the same colour as the grids on the pre-gridded fabric. You can't tell whether you've done a stitch or not. So this page isn't as big as the other ones. So it'll still probably take me just as long to do it. I don't really get a chance to work on this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is the very last row here. So that's where this chart will come up to, this point. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's only 600 wide instead of the normal, or is it 900 or whatever it is. So hopefully it shouldn't take as long to do the page. And yeah, depends how many colour changes it's going it. Well, this one has, well, with this top part, most of it is all like 2 or 3 colours, so. 1, 2. So yeah, so hopefully it shouldn't take an awful long time. I did some more work on Mini Top Frog yesterday. I thought, I'll see if I can get all these part threads put in, because there's not that many. Yeah, that didn't work. I've still got loads to do. There's obviously more there than I thought. So I may be able to get all those done today. Maybe. ending. So after I've done my stitch with me, I'll switch projects out and get on with that one. Can't let Laura have it too easy. Got to give you some kind of push to get hers going as well. So my brother sent me some photos the other day of the extension for my mum. That's coming along nicely. My brother had a good day working on it last weekend. So he's getting close to sorting out for the windows. Well, for ordering the windows to get them sorted. And then by the time the windows are ready, he should have got all the walls built up and the roof on, I think. I think that's what he said. So yeah, so it's coming along nicely. Not really got much to talk about today, I don't think. Well, I told you last week Shane brought that tree dahlia. Well, that's now in the ground, so we'll see how quickly that grows. Well, last stitch with me, I think I mentioned Tiger kept, well, Tiger obviously wouldn't settle, as you heard. It was being a pain. Did I not put the stitches in this one? I didn't even put the stitches in this one. I completely missed the row. Yeah. 1, 2, 3. And he was just laid on the back of the sofa, just looking out the window. Well, yeah, it turns out there was a cat. He was asleep under the bush. So we've seen this cat around. I think he's a ragdoll. It's got a dark brown face and tail, and he's like a cream body, and really fluffy. So I think he's a ragdoll. He looks like a ragdoll. And we see him around all the time. He's either sat on someone's driveway or, like when we go to work in the morning, he's wandering around. So I don't know if he belongs to anyone or not. But yeah, he sleeps under the bush in the yard. So Shane spotted him when he got home. Because how I was looking out the window, I was looking at the wrong angle. And then Shane looked out the window when he got home last week. And yeah, I was like, oh, there's a cat. And I was like, oh, right. So that's what Tiger was going off at last week. And the cat was back again yesterday, fast asleep under the bush. So this must be his regular sleeping place. So I don't know. As I said, I don't know if he belongs to anyone or if he's a stray or what. I'm not sure. Doesn't look like a stray. He's well, it could be just because he's a fluffy cat, but he looks well fed. Shane still keeps trying to catch it. Like, Shane, you're not having it. Shane's still obsessed with getting a fish tank. He keeps looking on Facebook and stuff like that on Marketplace, and he's like, oh look, there's this fish tank here for this much, and this fish tank here for this much. It's like, yeah, we can't afford to buy a fish tank at the moment, Shane. But he's like, yeah, we can. I was like, no, we can't. And then his sister's now looking at fish tanks. Now she went to the pet shop last weekend, I think, or something like that, to look at fish tanks. It's like, yeah, we don't need a fish tank just yet. Now he's looking at getting a 6-foot fish tank. Saw one which was, what was it, 12 foot. I was like, where the hell are we going to fit a 12-foot fish tank, you idiot? It's like, yeah, but it's nice. It's like, yeah, it might be nice. It says, but it's 12 foot. And we haven't got room for a 12-foot fish tank. But most of the tanks that you see, like newish ones, don't have like a cabinet or anything around them. And they've only got like a glass lid. It's like, yeah, glass lid's no good for the cats, because they'll probably jump on it and go through it. So it needs to be a cabinet which is solid when the cats jump on it. So yeah, we're not going to get. Hopefully, you'll just get off the idea soon enough. I'm hoping. I don't mind fish tanks. I used to have them in the UK. But I know for a fact he wants the fish tank, but it'll be me who'll end up sorting it out. Oh, so Shane come back yesterday from his mother's shop. Sorry, I knocked the camera. And he's bought a bus for the cats. Yes, you heard me right. But it's not a bus. It's a cardboard bus that you build up, and then in the bottom of it, it has one of those like, scratchy pads for the cats to scratch. So yeah, he bought one of those. Well, the cats are enjoying it. They're always in it. Taking it in turns as to who's going in it. So one will get out and the next one will go in. Even Kitty's been in it, which I didn't think she would. So yeah, so they like the bus. And then he come back with just a normal scratchy pad thing. And we used to have one of those before, because Shane bought one a while ago, but it was in the shape of a castle. But he obviously didn't build it up correctly, and the cats destroyed it within a matter of days. But we kept the cardboard scratchy thing from at the centre, and Tiger loved that. He would scratch it to death and then start chewing it and pulling it to bits, and he enjoyed it. So of course when he saw this new one, he was like, yay. So we'll see how long that one lasts. This one. This colour's all not in blocks, it's all random. Completely different areas. So it's a lot of counting. This one. So yesterday we got up to, so today's Sunday by the way, if you hadn't guessed. Yesterday we got up to 28 degrees. And I thought, well, we'll see how the temperature in the house goes with this one, because in the old house, 28 degrees, it was like a sauna. It was actually pretty cool in here for 28 degrees, so I was happy with that. So Wednesday and Thursday is going to be the test over here, because that's when we're going to be getting into the mid to high 30s. We'll see how cool the house stays. And if it stays pretty cool, then we know we should be pretty decent for summer. I'm hoping. So I think we're meant to be about 29 today. So we'll see if we get to that temperature or not. I was speaking with one of the ladies at the shops. I see her all the time. And she says last year she was down in, I think she said it was Melbourne. I can't see where I'm up to, where I get up to on here, because what's holding my camera's in the wrong way. Anyway, digressing. So you may not see where I'm going to put these next two stitches, but well, she says she was down in Melbourne last summer. I'm pretty sure she said Melbourne. Tag it now. Tag it. We might be having a break in a second, because the cat's back. Give me 2 seconds, I just need to finish these 2 stitches. He's an impatient cat. You might have just seen his ear then. Right, looks like we're having a break. Okay, back for part 3. So, the colour I've got on my thread now is the majority of this page. So number 159. I highlighted this colour and it just went boom everywhere. Just checking where I need to stop. So yes, as I was saying, she said she was in Melbourne last summer. And the temperature down there got up to 49 degrees Celsius. So what's that? 80, 98, 130 degrees Fahrenheit, roughly? I was like, yeah, nah, that one. So I'm hoping it doesn't get that out over here this year. I'm gonna melt. So I don't know how that would work at work, because apparently when it gets to a certain temperature, they send you home. So I don't know how that's going to work at our place, because obviously we work, well, might as well say outside, we work in a metal shed with 3 walls, so it gets really hot in there in summer. Before I started, apparently they never used to have fans in the shed, so in summertime you used to sweat like mad. I was like, well, it's a good job they got fans, because otherwise I wouldn't be working there. No way. So we'll see how that goes in summertime, but we've got a while till we get there yet. Need to get the cats booked in for the nails to be cut next week. Tigers are getting really long. So Kitty, she got stuck in the garage door yesterday, well, last night. So as I say, we let them play in the garage. And she must have been chasing a gecko or something on the garage door. And she got stuck. I don't know how she managed it, but she got stuck. So I had to go and... I knew there was something wrong, because I could hear the scratching on the garage door, because it's a metal door. So I knew someone had got somebody or something, or something like that. So I just happened to go in, and yeah, she was stuck with one of her front paws. So I had to get her out of that. So I was like, right, I need to get the claws cut. So I was like, right, they can play in the garage during the day when there's no critters around, and then at night time they can stay out of the garage. Because the last thing I want is for her to get stuck and then rip a nail out or something like that and have blood everywhere. So yeah, so they can play in the garage during the day and not during the night. And the night they can play outside and catch the critters from out there. Kitty is still under covers. I think she'd just come out of undercovers. Oh yeah, she's still under covers. Yesterday, I say we got pretty warm temperature, and she was under the covers most of the day because she really likes the warmth. Gosh, she's stupid. shrub. So yeah, I don't know how long this video is going to be, because it's all going to be stitched together thanks to a certain cat. He did that to me yesterday too. Every time I put my cross stitch on yesterday, he come off for a cuddle. It's like, really, cat, it's nice and warm. You don't need to be lounging around on me. And that, he wanted to stay there. I heard him several times yesterday as well. I think he's just feeling lonely. I'd say Shane's a cat. You won't believe him. He follows him around everywhere, and Shane just ignores him. And it's like, stroke your cat. It's like, no. It's like, he's following you around because he wants you to stroke him. Like, so? So I generally end up having him for cuddles or whatever. But yeah, he follows Shane around like a lost sheep. Shane just ignores him. It's definitely Shane's cat. Every time Shane went outside yesterday to do something in the garden, he sat in the cat area meowing at him because he wanted to be out there with him, and so I shut up, cat. Yeah, crap. Then when you're trying to move your pattern keeper, you can make sure you got it in the right spot. Yeah, well, nice to select another symbol instead. I've not even highlighted the ones I've done. I've just heard a pigeon in the background, which reminds me I nearly got took out by one of those yesterday. I was pegging the washing out. I don't know if it was a pigeon or a dove, because most pigeons I see over here, I think they're called moon-crested ones. They've got like a funny tuft on the top of their head. Well, this one was just like kind of like a dove from the UK, or a pigeon from the UK. I was pegging the washing out, and it flew past me, clipping me on the head. It was going for the drink of water, because we put a tub out in the back garden for the birds so they can have a drink of water and a bath or whatever. Yeah, and it took me out while I was picking the washing out. I was like, all this space, and you come fly right past my head. Smacked me on the head as well once it was flying past. Had a drink of water and then took off. So yeah, nearly got took out by a pigeon. And then the other day, when was it? Friday? Yeah, Friday. Because we finished work early on a Friday. We was out in the cat area. The cats were watching someone, and I was like, what they're looking at? So me and Shane both there trying to see if we could figure out what they were looking at. Anyway, then we spotted it. A pheasant in the garden. I was like, where the hell's the pheasant come from? So yeah, so they were watching this pheasant. He was on the raised flower bed at the back of the garden. And then he jumped down onto the ground and was walking across the grass. So of course Tiger and Ginger were going crazy trying to get to it. I was like, well, you're not going to get to it, you stupid animals. But yeah, so the pheasant was in the garden for a good 20 minutes or so, and the cat's trying to get to it. And I just really walked over to the fence at the back and jumped over. I was like, okay then, see ya. So I think I did that one. Just re-stitch up. So yeah, so we had a pheasant. And then Shane was out there this morning and looked over the fence, and there was a load of wallabies. That one. Luckily they can't jump in the garden. I think we're about nearly an hour, so I'll finish this strand off. I'll call it a day on this one. Also, just like the right roll when you're highlighting. I'll see if I can get any more of this done throughout the week. Normally, this one would be my allocated for a Thursday when we come back from shopping, because I don't have much time to stitch. Well, the last couple of Thursdays I've not had a chance to, because we've got back late. So hopefully, maybe this Thursday, we might get back on time. I'm hoping. So there we go, so all the way to the end of the page. So this is going to be the end of the chat of this row, and then I can start right back at the beginning and hopefully get to the tree in the middle, and I can start getting some more things in there instead of stitching like 3 colours. So that's it for the stitch with me then, guys. So if you do have any questions or comments, please feel free to drop those down below. Again, you can email me as always, dizzystitcher@gmail.com, or I am on Instagram at dizzystitcher. You can message me on there. So we did 268 stitches, so not as many as I thought we would have done, and that's probably due to a certain cat. So yeah, so there we go, guys. So until next time, which will be my update video, take care, stay safe, happy stitching, and thank you very much for watching. Till next time, guys, bye bye for now.